Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I'm joined today by Andrew Mullins, the newer CEO at Lifeline of Ohio, and I'm really excited to get an opportunity to know Andrew a little better. So welcome, Andrew, and thank you for joining me.
Great. Thanks, Steve. It's an opportunity, a great opportunity to be here. It's an honor. So thank you so much for this time with you today.
Yeah, thanks. So Andrew, want to learn a little bit more about you. So can you tell me, how did you become interested in a career in donation?
Yeah, so I've always wanted to help others, and kind of grew up in that environment, just a volunteer and just service oriented. And I was a firefighter in EMS in college, and I was in the Ohio Army National Guard as a medical specialist, and just wanted to help others. And so I feel like my drive in service to others was really key. But I always say that the seed that was planted, even though I was a little guy at the time, was my grandfather in 1986, who was the oldest at that time, at 60 years of age, to receive a heart transplant at the University Hospital, University of Cincinnati. He was the oldest in Ohio, Indiana, and Kentucky at the time to receive a transplant. And I say that, and he received his heart from a 22-year-old that was, I believe, from the Texas area, that was killed in a motor vehicle accident. And I firmly believe that was the seed that was planted that really launched my career in committing my entire professional career to really being able to save and enhance lives every single day. I always give thanks to my grandfather for that opportunity. Unfortunately, he was transplanted successfully. Unfortunately, rejected his heart 2 weeks post-transplant, and that second heart didn't come in time. But that's why I do what I do.
That's an amazing story, Andrew. It's completely understand now your connection and why it's so important to you. What's your proudest career moment?
I have many that I can think of, but really the biggest thing is just watching our staff day in and day out make donation happen. And it's amazing to see how they did it. And even over the last 2 years, thinking about the pandemic, they were still going in and out of hospitals. They were still, talking to families and having the donation conversation at the worst time of that family's life, all throughout the entire pandemic, and continuing to see donation happen really just really made me proud. And just, and thinking about, where I'm at now, and the honor I'm humbled every day, and just the honor and privilege to be able to serve as CEO of Lifeline of Ohio, as the third CEO in our 37-year history of our organization. Really makes me proud. And I just stand back, and I'm just thankful for the opportunity to be able to serve and to be able to lead such an awesome organization made of great team members.
That's great. And yeah, you've got an amazing team there. And we were talking before this about what you did last year and the records you're setting. And how would your team describe your leadership style? Because you said you're the third leader there. So obviously,
yes.
What drives you, and what really is your leadership focus?
So I would say I'm a servant leader. And one of the things that I sort of a motto that I say day in and day out, and our teams hear a lot, and we're going to continue to talk more about as we continue to move forward as an organization, is donors first and people first. And we all know donation doesn't happen without the donor and their families, and it's all thanks to the donor and their families that transplant happen. Lives are saved and lives are enhanced. But if we put the donors first in everything that we do, and we also put our people first in everything we do, I always tell our team, look out, right? Look out, watch out. We are going to continue to save and enhance more lives than ever before with that. And so I live that, I breathe that, and it's through servant leadership of just jumping right in, rolling up your sleeves, and side by side with your team. And I believe great things are going to continue to happen as we move forward.
That's great. I like that motto. So you were talking about moving forward. So obviously, yes, you've been there for a while, but you're new to the CEO role. Where do you see Lifeline of Ohio headed, and what excites you about that journey and that path forward?
Yeah, I really think, I'll start first with what's exciting to me is the growth and innovation. For the last 5 years, we've had year over year record-breaking years for donation and transplant. And it's not about breaking records, but when we break records, we know that we're saving and enhancing more lives than ever. And that's what it's about, fulfilling our mission. And so, growth and innovation totally excite me, and just knowing where we're going as in the future. We're going to be building our own recovery facility in 2023. We have a beautiful donor memorial that we're really proud of, that the community visits often. And if you ever have the opportunity to see it, we'd love for you to see it. And knowing we're getting ready to expand in 2023, the donor memorial, we're running out of room. And so we're working with our architects and the construction team to expand our donor memorial. All the diversity, equity, inclusion efforts that our organization is undertaking, and just seeing the growth in that space. It's a journey. We've been on it for about 15 years, but just to see how much movement, forward momentum we have, and really ensuring that our workforce looks like the community that we have the opportunity to serve every single day is really exciting to me. And when we talk about the growth of the number of staff that we're adding to our organization and the new positions, just to ensure that we're positioned for continued success, and we're able to continue to handle the increase in volume that we're going to see as we continue to fulfill our mission of empowering the community to save and heal lives every day through organ, eye, and tissue donation.
That's great. And like I said, we were talking about how great you guys are doing, and that's exciting to hear. And I look forward to coming out and visiting you.
I'd love to have you. Thank you.
Yeah. Final question. How do you challenge yourself and your team to continually improve?
So there's several things that come to mind. And one of them is, I tell myself this, I tell our team this, and I think it's going to continue to be ever so important as we continue to move forward, is laser focus. We can't get distracted by the noise. We have to stay grounded in our mission, as I shared earlier, of empowering the community to save and heal lives through organ, eye, and tissue donation, and not ever forget our mission, and ensure that everything we do is mission focused. Always thinking about patients that are on the waiting list, knowing that there's patients that are dying every day waiting for an organ transplant, and we have to do our part, and they expect us to do our part to fulfill donation. But it's all thanks to the donor and their families that donation is able to happen. And it's ensuring that every single donation opportunity is fulfilled, and that every single organ that is able to be recovered and transplanted is successfully recovered and transplanted. And so those are some of the things that I always remind myself, and I remind our team that we have to just continue to reflect on and challenge ourselves on. But if we stay laser focused and really not let the noise, because there's a million things we can all be doing, right? There's a million things we get asked, hey, let's do this, that. But if it distracts us and takes us away from fulfilling our mission, then we need to be rethinking where we're focusing our time, energy, and effort.
Yeah, and I love that focus, that laser focus on the mission. That's great. Any final words that you'd like to say to your new colleagues, to folks who, we're going to circulate this too. We've got a lot of new leaders in here, including yourself. So,
I just it's an honor to serve in the position of CEO, and I know there's great OPO CEOs that have been doing this for a long time, and I appreciate the opportunity and just the openness and willingness to be able to reach out to other CEOs and just allow me as the new guy to be able to say, hey, how have you handled this? What does this look like? And that has been extremely helpful and appreciated. So thank you to all of you. I look forward to continuing to learn, and I also look forward to continuing the collaborative effort and not losing that collaborative focus, as we all are doing great things, and we can all continue to learn from each other and continue to all be better because of the great strength across the community through AOPO membership. And so I just am excited about the future. We have many new CEOs, including myself. And so we have sort of a new crew that's coming in, but we're all set up for success because there's always that willingness to be able to help each other. And no one should ever hesitate to even call me, and I'll do my best to help in whatever way possible I can, as I know many others are doing the same for me. So I just thank you for the opportunity to serve side by side with all of you. Steve, thank you for your leadership. And it's an honor to just have this opportunity to be able to share a few words about, what has sort of launched me throughout this career. And I say this is a calling. This isn't work. I love getting up every day knowing that I get to save and enhance lives. And it's just an amazing opportunity to be able to be a part of this organization in this community. So thank you for that.
Thank you, and thank you for your drive, and thank you for everything Lifeline of Ohio does to save more lives. So we really appreciate you sharing your
Thank you,
time
Steve.
with us, Andrew.
Yeah, thank you so much.